To the women out there who like to duck and dodge accountability like the plague, it's time to step up, look at yourself in the mirror, and admit when you're wrong. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. But the difference between growth and stagnation lies in your.
So what about when women talk down to women?
Uh-oh.
I think that me thinking that she was a pygmy and talking like a pygmy can help her. She can go Google what it is and see if she probably change the way she approaches things. I really didn't call nobody a pygmy but her. And that
now I'm gonna ask everybody a question. Which was more narcissistic, that response or how we spoke with Danielle?
Go ahead, Danielle.
To justify you talking down to someone while at the same time saying that you're defending them, and then you talk down on them and then justify talking down to them as a form of help.
Yeah, I mean, that is
wild.
Being real. Just like you were real enough to say that you didn't expect her to say anything intelligent, and just like you was real enough to say Black women are responsible for broken homes, just like you was real enough to say all that, I'm real enough to say you talking like a pygmy because these men are starting with insults and then complimenting you. You shouldn't even take the compliment. You should be like, that was sideways, and call it out. When people
did, but I think all the men who talked about Black women, when Lapeef asked every man on a question, Black women are accountable or responsible for broken homes, I heard everybody follow up and say they're not the sole responsibility. Men take a huge role in that, and then they started to talk about what men did. And I never see that on this panel.
That's another pygmy here. You crazy girl. Listen to it again. They blame women for everything tonight. There was I never heard not one.
They held women accountable tonight.
That they need a worksheet to do a leadership. I heard the man say, Darwin said he need a worksheet to lead.
They held women accountable today, and that's hard. It's hard for people to hold you accountable because you have to look in the mirror and you have to acknowledge where you're wrong and where you need to grow. So I'm saying they held women accountable, and that was hard. I just went through it, but I'm saying they didn't talk down on us. They just held us accountable, which means
what we are. We on the trajectory to own the world's wealth in 2060. Oh no, I'm sorry, 2040 something. So we're gonna be like, hold us accountable for what? We're the most highest educated entrepreneurs.
Don't fall for that, fellas. Do not fall for that.
No, it's fine.
Do not fall for that. Don't even fall into that.
Match that level. Stop pointing. Take accountability yourselves. I just told you what I'm doing. So I don't know what you mean take accountability.
Have a great time.
Accountability because
have a great time in Belize. Have a great time in Belize. I hope you make it back safely. I wish that safe travels. Outside of that, I don't even get.
Go ahead.
We're gonna get you right, Ali. Just keep coming back and just have a conversation with us. You're gonna see on countless occasions, we are able to hold men accountable just as much as Trev, M. White, JR, Sweeney. We like the whole month last month. We almost had like a damn near falling out trying to hold each other accountable.
Last month. Straight up.
We was throwing haymakers at each other last month, holding each other accountable. But the men, you would be surprised. Some of us don't even talk to each other no more. We've been holding each other accountable so bad. We gonna come back together because we love each other, but we do it. You just gotta be here.
Remember last time I said thank you so much for doing it. I'm just saying tonight I didn't hear nothing. I heard us on women. I didn't hear men say, "Well, we could do this better." I heard you say you need a workbook, a worksheet. You want me to go and create a worksheet?
The panel is about women today. Why would they be talking about men? It's about Black women. We have to talk about it.
Are we responsible? And they said, yes, we are.
But he asked 3 questions tonight. They all were about Black women. So
to place the blame on Black women, and I'm here to tell you we're not to blame. But Aisha, I cut you off.
Well, to be honest, it wasn't to put the blame. I mean, these are statements that are made often, and so I kind of really wanted to gauge where people were. I wasn't surprised, but I noticed some of the men said that it's equal. So they didn't even put it 100% on the women, even when I made the statement. And I heard it from several of the people tonight.
Look,
That's
my
what
My response was,
cut me
I'm not
out.
putting that on black women.
Everybody been
hold
against
on, Ali. I want to hear what you got to say.
But my response was, I'm not putting that on black women. I think the biggest thing is the brain drain, where the talented and qualified people leave from around people and go to other communities, and we need organizational leadership. That literally had nothing to do with women.
And I said literally said that I believe we do to one another, and we both have equal responsibility to the breakdown of relationships. That's literally what I said at the beginning of the show.
Right. And so if I had to answer the question, I would say that we both got some work to do, both men and women. And depending on the situation and the circumstance, which is going to be different, it's going to vary depending on the person and the people that's involved. And so based off of what was happening today, some people took accountability. I think everybody can always do something better, including you, Ali. There's something that you can do better. You're not always right. And you're not going to have your moment every single time. You know, sometimes you may be wrong. And one of the hardest things for people to do is to admit they was wrong. I used to be like that. I had a hard time. I had an ego. I never liked to be wrong. But once you start doing it and being able to admit your mistakes, it's like a whole different breath of life, man.
Lapeef,
If I do something, I'm talking, Ali. I'm talking. I wasn't done. I got a little monologue. So sit tight. One of the things that I liked is I seen people encouraging people's marriages to stay together. And some people need it. You'd be surprised how many people are rooting for your downfall, even the people around you. There are some single friends that want you to be single so you can run the streets with them. It happened. I've seen it time after time. There's not enough people encouraging people to stick together. So I actually thought that was a beautiful thing. To actually witness and actually see, that's something that we don't typically do. It had nothing to do with nobody tearing somebody down. So if you can identify some positive things tonight, is there anything that positively happened on this panel tonight that you see? That's a question for you, Ali. Is there any positivity that you see?
When Aisha shared her story about her marriage and her child, I saw people rally around her, especially Will, which I will say I'm shocked that he did that. But I think that a woman shouldn't have to be that vulnerable to get some type of empathy. Like if she come to you with a simple problem, like I got a headache, that should invoke empathy versus she had to go all the way to the most one of the worst scenarios she probably ever been through in her life to get some type of love from the panel. But I will appreciate that you all did show it. I want you all to show that more based off of anything, just because we all should be showing love to one another when we are communicating. And I will say to Danielle, if calling you a pick-me offended you, my apologies. That was just my opinion. I call women who don't defend themselves against men who being attacked kind of like a pick-me mentality. It's not like a dig. It's just like stand up for yourself. If you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna stand up for all women. And it ain't for you. It's for me because I'm a woman here. I appreciate you all letting me speak tonight and actually listening and not cutting me off as much. Thank you.